Wow, you mean to tell me that I'm looking at a deck profile that actually played HalloHallo in the main deck? Yeah, that's right. So, we're going to be looking at a 7 or excuse me, be 621 Zefra deck profile, profiling and showing off HalloHallo here. So this was played by Brian Kihu. He actually finished relatively well. I'll go through the breakdown of his report, and I also have a stun deck for you guys as well from the Terasai Plau regional, I believe. That's what I have it listed under. So, first up, what is this? What's going on here? Why is HalloHallo in a deck? Why did we get success with this? I'm very curious here. So, we'll dig into this really quick. So, one copy of HalloHallo, level 3 Dark Tuner, by the way. That'll be relevant for later. We have triple copies of Zefra, of course, being able to deck thin, place anything that you need out of the deck at will. It's all available to you in one package, and that's what I like to see in my life. We have one copy of Distrito, another additional special summon Dragon Tuner, modify, get us access to anything that we'll need in our matchups. Two copies of Gate Zero, once again the handyman of the world, getting the 0 scale and card advantage and being able to make absolute dragon. Yup. Two copies of Zefraxi, the secret of the Yang Zing. Once again, just floatability, getting that beautiful negator. Literally everything that we kind of want in one workplace. Everything shifted on me. So, we're also packing the Magispector engine of one Nekomata. So the thing that makes the Magispector engine really good is they're all non-targeting. Like, literally, your opponent can't do anything to them, and that's why it's cool. So, this one we'll get to add during the end phase. Triple copies of Bambuku actually recurs on normal or special summon. So, you will get the ability to search at will, pull out any of the Magispectors that you actually need access to. I do think that the Magispector cards are really good for the non-targeting aspects that they bring to the deck. Just watching your opponent not be able to answer some of these cards is pretty crazy. And then, of course, we have one copy of Zefra Windy, one copy of Zefra Thuban, one copy of Zefraxion, and then two copies of the Darkworm. Honestly, one big thing that he did include in the report was you will gain constant advantage from Darkworm, and you're going to use that advantage to provide yourself with link summons, and you're going to use those links to win the game. It's pretty straightforward, actually. And of course, 2 Gate 0. One copy of the White Fang Magician. He actually said that this came up very crucially at times, and it was very techy for his deck, and I actually respect that. Of course, we have triple copies of Zefrath, the 2 copies of Zefranio, and then 1 copy of Zefraxi. Pretty standard, actually. And then whatever's going on here with our boy HalloHallo. And then we have 1 Dragon Ravine, 2 copies of Dragon Shrine, 1 copy of Foolish Barrow, triple copies of Oracle of Zefra. Honestly, the fact that this card just does so much for this deck, it's kind of crazy. Memes today. But yeah, Synchro Summoning, choosing a monster, hand trap, anything that you need, stacking on the top of your deck, broken. Now we have 1 copy Set Rotation, 2 copies of Terraforming, 2 copies of Twin Twister, and triple copies of Zephyr Providence. Not much else to really say about the particulars of the spell lineup. I think everything is pretty standard there. Then we have 1 copy of 9 Pillars, 1 copy of Judgment, 2 copies of Zephyr Divine Strike, and 1 copy of the Zephyr War. Yeah, these are pretty standard. I don't have any qualms with these either. Like, seems pretty fine to me. Moving on along into the extra deck, we have 1 copy of Electromite, 1 copy of Decode Talker, 1 copy of Boral Load Dragon, 1 Alistair, the Invoker of Madness. This is actually pretty interesting, but it is 2 monsters with different attributes, and it does have the good generic links, and it has slightly more attack than Landphonicus. So I prefer that. We have 1 copy of Absolute, 1 copy of Abyss Dweller. Dweller's really good right now if you can actually resolve this and put yourself into a game-winning position. 1 copy of Yazi standard stuff, 1 Omega, 1 Meteor Burst, 1 Metaphys, 1 Dawn Dragster, 1 Dark Strike Fighter, I almost said Street Fighter, 1 Quantum Dragon, 1 Clearwing Fast Dragon, 1 Odd Eyes Vortex. And on the side we have 2 Brankatops, 2 Gamma Seal, triple Gamma, 1 Driver, 2 copies of Eclipse, 1 Twin Twister, triple Evenly, and triple copies of Infinite Impermanence wrapping up this deck. So, this is Brian Kaihu's report. So, went off theory because of no physical playtesting available. This variant resolves around Advantage Generation through the Magic Specters and the Dark Worms. Shrine plus Foolish Burial plus a level 4 lower monster does mean Electromite, but no Pendulum Summon because you don't have the complete scales. Boku solves this issue by allowing you to get another Pendulum monster to pop with Electromite to complete your scales. The important techs in this deck are HalloHallo and the white Wing Magician techs. I usually sent one or the other off of Electromite for Synchro access, while White Wing was for Clearwing Fast Dragon or Dawn Dragster for going level 7. Well, HalloHallo was for future board breaking with level 6 access to Horus or 8 level 7. I usually blind Mage Dweller, which helps a lot with a decent amount of matchups, especially danger variants. Dark Strike Fighter actually did let me win a match with the new time roll. Sighting wise, I would actually have cited an average of 12 cards because of the high impact value. So his matchups, round 1 was against Danger Thunder Dragon. He won 2-1. Round 2 was against Danger Thunder Dragon. He won 2-0. Round 3 was against Danger Thunder Dragon. He went 1-1. Round 4 was against Danger Thunder Dragon again. He lost 0-2. Round 5 was against True Draco. He won 2-1. Round 6 was against Pendulum Magicians. He won 2-0. Round 7 was against Danger Thunder Dragon. He lost 0-2. And then round 8 was against Altergeist. He won 2-0. And then Sky Striker was last round at 2-1. Brian, congratulations, sir. I'm extremely happy to be talking about your deck. I think it's really cool that we got the chance to see HalloHallo actually see play in a format like this. I do think it's a very interesting tech choice. It's something different from what we've seen from a lot of players, and different is not always a bad thing. So I do want to say congratulations on doing relatively well and getting your invite. Now, last up, we have a 5th place stun list sent to me via Messenger. So I have down that this was 5th place. Teresnia Plow is my note. I don't know if that's either the name of the place or the regional, but it's one of the two. That's right. We have Inspector Stun. So he does not have the 15th card in the extra deck. That is something I do want to point out. You can make your argument for that however you want. If you want to test something else for this, be my guest. But we do not have Pot of Extravaganza in the main deck. I think that's one important thing to also look at, that people might be detoured from. Like, oh, the card's absolutely staple. Well, not really. This deck also plays some rather interesting tech choices of Dimension Guardian. I think this was more something that we saw from the OCG. So activate this card by targeting one face-up attack position monster you control. It cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. And if the target monster leaves the field, destroy this card. Unlike Safe Zone, this card doesn't really care if it itself is targeted. Does that make sense? Like, it can leave the field and it won't punish you. So they just made a better copy of Safe Zone. So let's dig into the deck. So we have 2 copies of Banisher Radiance. Pretty standard. I'm okay with this. I do think that in terms of monster ability, this is one of the better ones in the current format. Triple copies of the card that will win you games. The fact that they made a 2K body that has the ability to stand alone and mess up entire duels because your opponent can't link summon or overextend. Now, obviously, against Solomon Great, they can just turn on their Linky Boy and go, but they have to make bad plays to kind of get there. So there's that. Triple copies of Thunder King. Not adding from my deck to my hand. And built-in negation. Yeah, boy. Thunder King is still so good. I wish he was 2,000, though. I'd feel a little bit better. We have 2 copies of Fossil Dyna. Still, this card isn't as good as you think it is, and I understand that, but it still does do a lot of work in today's format. Triple copies of Card Demise. You gotta have more draw power. 2 copies of Lance. as much as I don't want to say you need Lance, being able to have something that can power down the opponent's cards, or when you get into more of those rogue matchups where your opponent's back row can actually mess you up, Lance will grant you protection from that. And I don't know how many people kind of forget that this card actually exists, but it is really good, guys. So when you're playing stun, do give consideration to this. 2 copies of Banish 10, Draw 2. 2 copies of Duality for filtering. Now, traps, we have 2 copies of Anti-Spell Fragrance, just more or less in case we need to set up and slow down our opponent. This only sucks when you draw 2 Demise, trust me. 2 copies of Blazing, you have to get the game to go quicker. 1 copy regular Mirror Force, 1 Dark Bribe for negations. 2 copies of Dimension Guardian, 2 Phantom Knight Wings, and 2 Sword. I think this is the perfect ratio. 2 copies of Heavy Storm Duster for back row removal. Imperial Order, you would think that there'd be a conflict of interest here, but this is fine. 1 Judgment, 2 Strike, 1 Warning. This is all fine. 1 Waking the Dragon. And 1 copy of There Can Only Be One. I love main deck built-in good floodgates. We also have 1 Link Kribo, 1 Saruja, 1 Link Kribo, 1 Dawn Dragster, 1 Phoenix, 1 Cerberus, 1 Blue Eyes Ultimate, 1 Goki the Thunder Ogre, 1 Ultimate Falcon, 1 Utopia Lightning, 1 Utopia, 1 Utopia Prime, 1 Silent Monarch, and 1 Bloom Diva. Side deck, we have 1 Ash, 2 Ogre, 2 copies of Kumomungus, 1 Twin Twister, 1 Soul Drain, 1 Anti-Spell Fragrance, 1 Macrocosmo, 1 Waking the Dragon, 2 Wiretap, and triple copies of Evenly Matched. Wow, very interesting. So congratulations to both of these duelists. I'm very happy to see that these decks both performed to your guys' standards and likings and community. I hope you guys like these as well. All right, guys, I'm out.
The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a Truffle Shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out VanCole40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.